Hey, I'm going to make a short video today about kind of managing your metabolic cycle throughout the day. So you start your metabolic cycle every day with breakfast, and we call it breakfast because you're actually breaking the fast that you had during the night, and so you break that fast with your first meal of the day, and we call it breakfast. So actually, what you want to do first is you want to make sure that you get hydrated every single morning. Because you haven't been actively sweating probably too much during the night unless it's super hot, but you have definitely been breathing and you actually lose a lot of water through your lungs at night. And so you want to at least have like 1 to 2 small glasses of water, not those big 8-ounce or 12-ounce cups, but small mugs or like juice glasses. Now, what are good breakfast foods? Healthy breakfast foods? Well, a nice way to prepare breakfast, especially for smaller children, is a half of an orange or half of an apple. This is a nice tip because it helps reduce your cost of fresh fruits. Another good one is fresh eggs, which can be prepared in the microwave. It takes about 2 minutes or so. I even taught my little sister how to use the microwave, and she can prepare her own eggs. It's a great way to get them started cooking. Just teach them how to use the microwave to prepare oatmeal or prepare eggs. Now, oatmeal is a good one, but sometimes, rarely, but with oatmeal, in my opinion, you should always supplement with enzymes, because oatmeal is so incredibly thick that it does take a little bit extra to actually thoroughly digest it. And so supplementing with enzymes is a really good idea with oatmeal. Another fantastic breakfast idea is an avocado. An avocado in the morning can make you feel satiated for at least 2 to 3 hours after breakfast, and that's just an avocado. Now, if you pair that avocado with a small amount of fruit, or just a little bit of maybe like a protein shake, or a few nuts, or a couple berries, or grapes, or just use your imagination. Or just small amount of juice. That's going to definitely keep you satiated until lunch. So, avocados are an incredible superfood. They're tasty. They're about $1 or less at some stores. They might be a little more depending on where you live, but they're definitely worth the cost, whatever you pay. Avocados are brain food to the highest degree. The type of fat in avocados feed your mitochondria, the brain, the entire metabolic engine, and it's a great way to reduce your cravings for carbohydrates and sugars. Now, what other ways do we have of supercharging our metabolic system? Okay, so breakfast is going to be our main leverage point, because it's when we break the fast from the night and begin the day. So if we start on the right foot in the morning, we're going to have better results throughout the rest of the day. So another thing we need to be conscious about is our body's pH level. The pH level of our blood is incredibly important, as well as the pH level within our digestive system. So, as a natural byproduct of metabolism, we're going to be creating acids. So, and we're going to have even higher levels of acids if we exercise. That would be lactic acid that's created during exercise. So what you want to do is, eat enough fresh vegetables, especially, and some fruits, which are able to bring in an alkaline state for the body. Foods like lettuce salads, or a vegetable juice or a vegetable smoothie. These are going to be very alkalizing. Even water itself is alkalizing, but water itself, you'd have to drink like, let's say 10 or 20 glasses of water for you to get the same effects as a vegetable smoothie, a green smoothie. So these green smoothies are incredibly alkalizing, very, very powerful ways of getting nutrition into the body. What's another way we can start the morning right? Conscious breathing in the morning is a very powerful reset for the body, because it helps cleanse the body from any lack of circulation that may have happened at night. Some people actually stop breathing for a couple minutes during the night and they have no idea about it. But at any rate, even if you maintained breathing throughout the night, you haven't been up and moving around, and so just getting that fresh air in the morning and making sure that you get that fresh air in the body can just make that energy come into the body, get the circulation going. Maybe do a few sit-ups, do a few push-ups, maybe go on a morning walk or a jog, and this is all going to be beneficial for the rest of your day. Another thing you can do for metabolism is just make sure that your detoxification system is running. There's a few sort of main aspects of detoxification, including the enzyme system, antioxidants, circulation and hydration, fat sequestration, phagocytosis, and digestion, making sure there's enough bile from the pancreas secreted into your stomach, and so on. So enzymes, I would say, are the #1 underrated supplement. And then the antioxidants, a couple of powerful antioxidants are vitamin C as well as glutathione. Glutathione is considered the body's master antioxidant. It's recycled by vitamin C, but you can also supplement with glutathione so long as it's protected by a microscopic liposomal lipid bilayer, which will protect it from your stomach acid so you can digest all of it. Now, let me give you a couple recipes for smoothies and juices that you can use to really inject just really pure nutrients into the body. There are 4 different recipes I have. The first is called the lemon ginger blast recipe. This is a recipe that was designed by a guy on YouTube. He goes by Dan the Man. He has his YouTube channel is called Life Regenerator. He's pretty inspiring. And the recipe, here's the recipe: apple, lemon, ginger, parsley, cilantro, arugula, and habaneros. And I don't have written down exactly what amounts that he would recommend, but you can experiment to your taste. And obviously, you want a smaller amount of cilantro, arugula, habaneros, parsley. These are your herbs that you'd be putting in a lesser amount than your apple, lemon, and ginger. And you also are going to add either water or coconut water to the mix in order to get enough liquid in there. So this is going to be very cleansing. Ginger is really cleansing for the digestive system. It kind of stimulates the digestive system. Apple is a good fairly cheap fruit for hydrating and just cleansing the cells at a cheap level. So at a basic level. Carrot juice power drink. This is your next one. Very simple recipe. 4 carrots, 1 washed kiwi, 1 handful of baby spinach leaves, 1 small handful of fresh coriander, including stems. Okay, so this is going to give you just a boatload of vitamin A, and this is going to give you also vitamin K with the spinach, and so it's just going to give you that extra power. This next one, this is an amazing recipe. This is called Gorilla Milk. This was designed by a guy by the name of Luke Corona, and he has made a couple of videos with the Life Regenerator on his YouTube channel in the past. But this guy's amazing. I believe he's in his 50s, but he doesn't look nearly 50. I mean, he looks like he's probably only like 39 or 40. He really looks very young for his age. And he's just an amazingly strong fellow. He's got an amazing physique, and that's just obviously a testament to the kind of diet he espouses and uses. Now he does have his recipe up. His website is puradyme.com, puradyme.com, and you can search for his Gorilla Milk recipe on there. But I'll give it to you now. And it starts out with 1 cup of almonds. Now you want to soak these almonds in water for at least 24 hours so that they begin to sprout. It makes it much easier for your body to digest soaked, sprouted almonds. And then you take 3 cups of coconut water. Add that to your blender. You take 1 cup coconut meat from a young Thai coconut. You put 1 dash of Himalayan salt, 1 dash cinnamon, 2 heaping tablespoons of living essentials enzymes, and then the ingredients. The rest of the ingredients are 1 bunch black kale, or any kale you can get, 1 bunch parsley, 1 bunch cilantro, 1 bunch celery, 1 cucumber, and 1 apple. And this entire recipe is called Gorilla Milk. This has an incredible amount of protein, and with the almonds in there, along with the coconut, the living essentials enzymes, and then the huge amount of minerals and vitamins from the kale. This is just a powerhouse recipe. The next one is called Fountain of Youth recipe, and this is by E3 Live. It includes 5 organic carrots, 1 tangelo or citrus fruit of your choice, so you could use lemon or an orange, 1 inch length of fresh ginger root, several sprigs of fresh mint, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of E3 Live. And what E3 Live is it's a seaweed. Okay, so those are just a few little tips for how to keep the metabolism going strong throughout the day. It's really important that you maintain hydration. Hydration is a big factor. One mistake a lot of people make with diet, is they stuff themselves too full with food, thinking that they're going to get extra energy that way. But what you need to do is make sure that you're actually digesting that food properly, and that way you're actually able to extract that energy. If you can't digest the food, you're going to back your system up to the point where you need extra energy just to keep digesting the food. And so it becomes a vicious cycle of, kind of being behind the ball. And so the goal is to have easily digestible food. I mean, this is why athletes generally supplement with an easily digestible protein source like whey protein powder. Now the mistake that they usually make is they stop there, and they really should be using enzymes and supplementing with liposomal glutathione or vitamin C or both. And then they should be using, they should make sure their diet, includes avocados and almonds or walnuts, pistachios every now and then. They should make sure that they're getting like MCT oil, which is an extract from coconut fat. These things can be highly advantageous to the athlete, or really anyone, especially those in college looking to up their grades and their performance. Because really the body is designed to operate at a higher level of fat. The modern standard American diet just doesn't include very much healthy fats. And your metabolism suffers when you go through the swings from a high level of sugar to a low level of sugar. You get those sugar crashes. These are unhealthy cycles. The more you understand these cycles and take advantage of those cycles to give yourself, more sustainable ramp where you're actually improving your metabolism, working with the seasons, working with your own body, you're going to create positive changes that start, actually getting you somewhere instead of just kind of balancing out and canceling instead of the effects of everything you're doing kind of canceling itself out because you don't know exactly what you're doing with those nutrients and those foods. You can actually work a little more, intuitively and kind of by mastering the sciences of these foods. And then, instead of canceling each other out, you'll be able to actually make longer term progress towards the goal you have. It can be a goal of clearer skin, a higher level of endurance, being able to sleep more soundly at night and just wake up more rejuvenated. You might have a goal of anti-aging yourself so that you begin to increase the epigenetic health of your DNA and start expressing the more positive proteins and hormones for your age. Normally as you age you start to produce less testosterone, increased levels of estrogen, higher stress hormone levels like histamine, C-reactive protein, which is an inflammatory biomarker. You might start producing higher levels of homocysteine, which is another inflammatory biomarker. You want to reduce those as much as you possibly can. You want to make sure you're getting nutrients like magnesium and vitamin E and choline that upwards of 80% of the people in the United States are deficient in. These are the main causes of heart disease and Alzheimer's in our country in modern times. And there's simple solutions that cure these diseases for people. And a big thing is just mastering your emotional cycles and learning to, have a meditative practice that just keeps the mind at peace. The mind is in charge of releasing hormones and chemicals in the brain, and thus it is very much a mind over matter process of life that we're experiencing. It's not even a question at all of whether it's mind over matter or not. I mean, it's clearly a mind over matter situation. And so we need to begin talking about more than just simply diet, more than simply foods, and begin talking about, how we can use these energetic practices, to shift our attention throughout the body, into the various locations of the body, moving our energy around, focusing our thoughts on positive emotions that create better hormonal signals for the body, and begin to express more healthy proteins from the available DNA we have. And we all start out with the DNA we get from our parents at birth, and we don't have to just be stuck with producing the same proteins all the time. The type of proteins we produce from that DNA is constantly adapting to the environment around us. So once we change that environment, We change ourselves at the fundamental level. And that's how you level up. That's how you level up from the average health in America to the highest level of health you want to achieve for you and your family. You can basically take it however far you want. So metabolism is a gigantic subject. I hope that with these recipes I shared and with a couple of bits of knowledge I dropped on you, you'll be a little inspired to make better decisions and to begin your day in the positive ways that science has shown us give us the best results for human performance. So, cheers to optimization. I hope you have a wonderful day or night.